JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, man charged after police seize goat carcasses. The Jamaica Constabulary Forces, JCF Pre-Dawn Larceny Prevention Unit, PLPU, says a man was arrested and charged in St. Thomas on Wednesday after he failed to give a lawful account for how he came in possession of goat carcasses. Charges 35-year-old Prince Henry, a taxi operator of Harwood Drive, Kingston 20. According to the police, Henry was intercepted about 3:05 a.m. in a white Nissan AD wagon motor car. The vehicle was searched, and the goat carcasses were reportedly found inside the trunk. The JCF said the arrest was a result of increased patrols focused on pre-dawn larceny. The PLPU made the disclosure during a virtual town hall meeting yesterday in St. Thomas. The JCF said the meeting forms part of a series of town halls the PLPU will be hosting with farmers across the island. Assistant Commissioner of Police, ACP Bishop Dr. Gary Welsh, who heads the PLPU, thanked the farmers for the value they continue to add to the economy. He encouraged them to deepen their partnership with the police as the JCF aims to continue reducing pre-dawn larceny. Superintendent Velma Thomas Gale said that the PLPU is responsible for the protection of our farmers. The unit exists so that farmers can reap what they sow. Superintendent Alison Byfield, head of the St. Thomas Police Division, reassured farmers that the St. Thomas Police are making significant achievements in the prevention and reduction of pre-dawn larceny in the parish. She noted that in 2020, there were 198 reported cases of pre-dawn larceny, adding that 15 arrests were made, 26 goats and 13 of the reported 18 stolen cattle were recovered. Also during the meeting, farmers were enlightened on how to secure their farm, as well as ways in which they can make themselves a harder target for would-be thieves. Police seized firearm in Kingston too. Detectives of the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigations Branch, CTOC, are reporting the seizure of a Winchester ammunition box containing one Taurus 9mm pistol and a magazine with 34 9mm cartridges on Langston Road in the vicinity of Linear Street, Kingston 2, on Thursday, February 11. One man was taken into custody in relation to the seizure. According to the police, about 11:35 a.m. the officers were in the area conducting an intelligence-driven operation when a white Nissan AD wagon with a lone occupant was stopped, searched, and the illegal firearm and ammunition found in the vehicle. The driver was subsequently taken into custody. However, his identity has been withheld pending further investigation. Accused in Trelawney church murder returns to court on February 18. New information, which will prove crucial in the case against the three men charged in connection with the shooting death of 51-year-old Angelo Garwood at a church on Market Street in Trelawney. This morning stalled proceedings in the Home Circuit Court, downtown Kingston. Leon Hines, the driver of the getaway vehicle, had been brought before the court on a voluntary bill of indictment. The 23-year-old storekeeper of a Montego Bay address had been nabbed in Kingston hours after the incident. However, a representative of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions appearing before Supreme Court Judge Justice Lorna Shelley Williams said, based on a new statement provided on Thursday and preliminary discussions with the attorney for Hines, the Crown was expecting that the accused will be a bit more forthcoming based on the new information. According to the representative, based on the fresh details, the Crown was more likely to change its position. No details were provided. Attorney for Hines, Michael Hemmings, subsequently indicated to the court that he would require about a week to go through the relevant documents. In the meantime, Hines has been remanded in custody. The matter will be next heard on February 18. Hines, who was nabbed along with 29-year-old Javon Garwood, Andrea's stepson, who is otherwise called Jonoy, and Dwight Bingham, has been charged with murder, illegal possession of firearm, accessory before the fact, accessory after the fact, conspiracy to murder, and misprision of a felon. March date for cops in viral beating. 2 police constables who were charged in relation to the alleged beating of a man in West Kingston in 2019 are to return to the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on March 2. Constables Tevin Lake and Kenroy Chambers are facing a charge of assault occasioning bodily harm stemming from an October 13 incident in the vicinity of Regent Street, Kingston 14. Videos of the beating went viral and sparked a demonstration and outrage. The men were charged on January 11, following a ruling from the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, ODPP. However, the court was also informed that a ruling had been made by the ODPP on May 8, 2020, that they should not be charged. On Tuesday, when the matter was mentioned, the clerk of the court told the court that the policemen were arresting the complainant after he allegedly used expletives when it is alleged that they used force resulting in injury. The clerk further informed Parish Judge Laurie Ann Cole Montague that the file is to be made ready for disclosure and a mentioned date was scheduled in March. The constables, who were summoned before the court, were bound over to return by the judge. In the video, which went viral on social media at the time of the incident, police officers, appearing to be in a heated exchange with the complainant, were seen following closely on the heels of the complainant, who was descending a flight of stairs of a high-rise building in Denham Town. On reaching the ground floor, the complainant and the lawman were seen walking a short distance before a tussle ensued. The complainant was then thrown to the ground by the lawmen. While there, he received several blows from the constables before one of them stomped on his head. Attorney at Law Courtney Rowe is representing the accused police officers. Almost 700 people being trained for a COVID-19 vaccination drive, says Tufton. Minister of Health and Wellness, Dr. Christopher Tufton, says some 662 people are currently being trained in preparation for the country's COVID-19 vaccination effort. The minister made the disclosure yesterday during a press briefing. According to Tufton, the majority of those being trained are public health nurses. He said that from the southern region, which includes Clarendon, Manchester, and St. Elizabeth, there are 170 individuals in training. In the northeast region, which includes Portland, St. Mary, and St. Anne, there are 120 individuals, while in the western region, which includes Trelawney, Westmoreland, St. James, and Hanover, there are 140. The minister added that the Southeast Health Region, which includes Kingston, St. Andrew, St. Catherine, and St. Thomas, there are some 232 individuals being trained. Our number one priority remains safety, and the government, through the ministry, will continue to seek out all avenues to the best health outcome for every citizen, Tufton said. Meanwhile, the minister said that the ministry is making progress in its attempts to secure vaccines outside of the COVAX agreement. He stressed, however, that the selection of a vaccine will follow the protocol set out by the World Health Organization, WHO. I want to assure the public that we will not embrace or endorse any vaccines that fall out of the protocol of going through the expert assessment that the WHO traditionally subjects a vaccine to. There are many vaccines out there, but we believe the protocol has worked in the past, the minister added. Highway project resumes after extortion threat. Work on the Southern Coast Highway Improvement Project resumed on Wednesday after a 5-day suspension triggered by an extortion threat made last Friday. The threat, which was made anonymously via a handwritten note, called for bi-weekly payments to be made if the project were to continue. It triggered a lockdown of operations, even though critical wall construction and revetment protection works in progress along sections of the badly deteriorated roadway. Work on the project, which is being carried out by China Harbour Engineering Company, resumed on Wednesday following a meeting the security forces had with the National Works Agency and other stakeholders. At least one worker on the $1.5 billion Georgia to Cedar Valley St. Thomas leg of the project believes the note was the work of troublemakers. We feel absolutely safe. We have no problem. I don't see it as a threat. I feel like it's some laggard persons who are just trying to create mischief and who know nothing about what they're doing, he said. That's how I look at it. I don't see it as anything serious. Condemning the extortion attempt, St. Thomas Western Member of Parliament James Robertson said, I'm very sad when the efforts have been made to make a difference in the lives of people in the area that a handful of distorted youths could do such a thing. For us to be going forward with great infrastructure, for people to be resorting to stupid acts like that, I hope the police identify exactly who did it and we can move on. During his address at the official launch of the improvement project in August 2019, Prime Minister Andrew Holness issued a stern warning against extortionists who have plagued other roadworks across the island, sharing that he expects that there will be a high level of accountability where the running of the project is concerned. Holness said, "Whenever we have these major infrastructure projects, people see them as opportunity, not necessarily opportunity for the people, but as opportunity for themselves. Works delayed, works done, sub-quality, substandard, extortion, overruns. It's not going to happen here. Let me be very blunt. The government will not stand by and allow this national project to be in any way captured by thugs, criminals, and dons. This project is not for fattening your pockets. This project is to help the people of St. Thomas come out of 100 years of neglect. This project will be put under the highest level of scrutiny because we know the stories and we are tired of it," Holness said. Jamaica records 290 COVID cases, 5 deaths in 24 hours. Jamaica recorded 290 new cases of COVID-19 and 5 virus-related deaths in the last 24 hours. This pushes the total confirmed cases since the outbreak to 18,527 and the island's death toll to 368. The latest victims are a 60-year-old female, a 40-year-old male, an 80-year-old female, a 52-year-old female, and an 82-year-old female, all from Kingston and St. Andrew. A death which was formerly under investigation was today confirmed as coincidental, while 2 others are now under investigation. At the same time, the Ministry of Health and Wellness said the new cases consist of 137 males and 152 females with ages ranging from 21 days to 102 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 64, St. Catherine 44, St. James 42, Trelawney 22, Hanover 20, St. Thomas 18, Manchester 17, Clarendon 16, St. Mary 14, St. Anne 10, St. Elizabeth 10, Portland 8, and Westmoreland 5. The country also recorded 48 recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 12,504. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.